What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Movie Files. Joining me as always, this little brother Jace, bro shot. How are you on this fine Wednesday?
Doing fine on this fine Wednesday. It's a good day. Got to see some good shows. Ready to have some good shows next week, so it's good. It's good times.
Indeed, it is. Chief is running late. He'll be on for those of you worried. He is showing up. Let's see who's here in the chat with us today. My allergies, though,
They're here.
they are so bad. And it's just like, what are you doing? You're bad, almost as bad as mine. There we go. Had to fix the lighting up a bit. All right. Let's see who's here in the chat with us. Justin Huber, the movie guy, new avatar, Superman. I told you about the super merch. You did. Y'all like the new look. I was responding before even reading. Good, man. I like it. I like the shirt. It looks cool. Hey, Lyles bros. What's up, Chief? He will be here shortly. James Green, what's up? Hey. It's Wednesday night. Movie Files. What's up, movie crew? What's up, James? Snake guys. Howdy, partner.
Howdy.
Blake Tarpley. What up, all? It's time. Lyles Movie Files. Jeff Chase and Chief. What's up, Blake? Jamelin's here as well. Jamelin Parks. And away we go. What it look like, fellas? Jace, what it look like for you?
They're looking good.
Good deal. David Thanos is here as well. What's up, y'all? What's up, man? So, as usual, a lot to talk about. Where do you want to go first on the TV viewing?
Which you in the mood for? From salt or some good?
Let's do the one that I'm feeling pretty confident Chief is not caught up to us yet. Let's talk Daredevil, Born Again, season finale. What'd you think?
After watching this, I text you because I don't understand why it is hard for Marvel writers to do a very good job on shows. This season was like, hey, example of how to do it right. It was, wow. Oh, you pay off the storylines. Oh, good. Bring it back. Bring the characters that people like. Oh, cool. Tease more could be coming. Wow. You mean in a city where all the superheroes basically start, you actually tease that they may all, you don't know who's coming, but they could all be coming. And your bad guy is bad. Unrepented bad. There's no, he's got good moves. No, just bad. Jerk. All the way. Like what you thought of him, he is, as Dennis Green said, he is who he thought he was. I was so happy Dennis, but oh crap, this is the end of the season. But that was very well done. I mean, ecstatic. I mean, it's just like, and the idea that they will be kicking these out every year, it's like, perfect. I don't mind waiting a year for this. Like, very good job.
So, on that front, Daredevil season 2 will be premiering in 2026 in March.
Hey, if that's the yearly March show that we get 9 weeks or 8 weeks, depending on how they do it, I'm very happy with that idea.
So, this is weird because it's going to be the exact opposite. I'm going to be watching Andor alongside everybody else. But this, when I watched this season finale, it was like, oh man, I can't wait for everyone to watch this. This is going to be so exciting. The reactions have been cool, pretty much in line with how I felt after I watched it. And just, it's nice where I don't need a lot of people to agree with what I think. But for something like a show where I'm really invested in and want to see it keep going on and on and on, it's nice where I'm not the lone voice in the like, oh, this show was actually awesome. So it was really great to see so many people raving about it and hyped up and excited. I really loved, this is not a spoiler because if you've seen anything whatsoever, Punisher was showing up in full Punisher regalia, and it was really cool. I feel like Deadpool and Wolverine have their own charm, but I feel like Daredevil and Punisher have a more natural, not as let's try really hard to be funny, which made it really funny. And because it felt very much in line with those characters. It wasn't like, Wolverine's making all these jokes kind of sarcastically, but he's making jokes way more than we've seen him in basically anything else in Logan and
Yeah.
Wolverine and the X-Men films,
Kind
where,
of, Logan.
where
Come on. No, Logan. Nobody saw that movie. Trash.
and
Trash.
I felt like Punisher makes jokes, but he's not making quips. He's like, "Yeah, Red, you want to take this one out? Who you running around as? Nightgown Man?" He's like a crotchety dude who what he says is really funny. And like he's making fun of the Kingpin's task force, like, you clowns, like I want to sign up with y'all. It's just John Bernthal is one of their best later castings of a character. It just so perfectly lines up where it's like, yeah, I totally buy him as a Punisher. He didn't have to do anything to change his look. It's like, yeah, just gray hair out a little bit. You're the Punisher because he's got the right attitude. He just carries himself as the Punisher. There's no scene where I'm like, yeah, that's not something Frank Castle would do. Everything he says, just the whole posture, the whole, yeah, I'm always this close from losing it and going off on fools. And they tease Punisher really early on. Some of those early set leaks, the hey, Daredevil born again, here's Punisher right alongside Daredevil. We had to wait till the season finale for it, but it was well worth the wait.
Okay. Here, the good thing is, I think when they saw John Bernthal from Walking Dead, they said that's if we can get a guy with that kind of intensity to play. I mean, like they probably looked at that like, I don't need to. You don't have to sell me anymore. That's Punisher right there. That dude, that quiet, like you said, just bubbling up, and then like even when he's like, Rick, are you sure you want to do that, Rick? I mean, just like, oh, okay. There's that intensity that a guy Punisher, he can't be like that all the time. But when he pops, you gotta let him pop. And I think they probably saw him like, that's what you kind of will want as your Punisher. He can't walk around as a homicidal maniac because then you don't have any liking for him. But this guy, like, he's actually, hey, I'm telling you why this needs to be done. And you see it. Like, this final scene, I mean, like, when you see him enter in the episode, it's like, you're daggone right. Hey, are we going to negotiate with these dudes who've been doing lawless, this straight? I mean, hey, they came to kill you. What are you going to do? Are you going to actually talk to them? Are you going to have them wait to get arrested because they're sanctioned by the mayor? No. You got to do what you got to do, right?
So about that, I thought it was really interesting because in comic books, when you read those exchanges, the more virtuous hero sounds like what he's saying makes sense. Watching people who we've been invested in the season get killed because of this bad guy crook behavior, like, oh no, you take him now. And I think it's a really fascinating thing because it's like, well, Punisher makes sense, Daredevil. What is your whole argument? And I don't know if they successfully made a point that, yeah, well, actually Daredevil's right. Cause it's just like, boy, he's not saying nothing he's saying is wrong. He is taking everything in his own hands. And it's like, well, there's one less bad guy to deal with.
I mean, I think that's the problem
Yeah,
now with our how we live in our environment. Because, like, when we were kids, it was a whole lot easier to kind of to identify and like say, oh, Superman's always right. And the older you get, you're more like, well, maybe Batman's a little more right than we gave
Oh,
him
wait
credit.
a second now. I think that one is a terrible example because you always complain about Man of Steel saying Superman doesn't kill. And
Again, I'm saying in general. I still say in Superman, who can do dang near everything, you can do that. But when a guy who is like when you're street level and you got, I mean, just people who are really they're representing the law, but they are 100% running over what the law is. That's a whole different ballgame. It's like, all right, who's protecting you guys? Because the court system non-existent, the executive branch is the corruption. You got to figure out, all right, what do we do? And in this case, Punisher's like, we got to take these dudes out and don't play nice. And it just has to be that way. Like you said,
all right,
so, we got to limit the numbers.
Yes. David Thanos said, I've been saying it. If it wasn't for me hitting the Disney Plus button on my remote, I would swear it's on Netflix. Yeah, they did not on any level go, okay, let's tune it down a little bit. Let's tone it down some. It was a Netflix show on Disney Plus. And I really appreciated they didn't go, let's neuter the show that was successful for 3 seasons that people really enjoyed. Let's PG-13 it. And I think we see that, the audiences are fully prepared and capable of dealing with a more mature street level character. He's not having optic blast. He didn't have super strength. He just got to make do with what he can do. And Punisher has even less, abilities as Daredevil. So him going off makes sense. And I like the fact that John Bernthal isn't a massive Superman. Like if my guy's name, Jack Reacher, what's his name? Alan Richardson. He looks like no one wants to cross him. Like he would be someone that if I were just casting out the blue, I go, yeah, he's Punisher. But I like that John Bernthal's because he looks like a tank. And
he looks so intimidating just based on how he is in Reacher. It's like if you see the guy coming, you're like, I don't know what I need to do. Maybe I'm across the street. Because if this dude if I bump shoulders with him, I'm like, I'm gonna have to deal with it. But I think the big thing about Disney, when they figured out, I think they really learned a great lesson with Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. They're like, okay, we can make money by doing what people want. Don't get in the way. Like, hey, this is one time we're gonna say there is a successful formula. Stick with it.
I think they were already done with the season when Deadpool and Wolverine was doing this thing. I mean, it was probably too far gone to go, oh no.
Well, no. They knew once they acquired this movie, Ryan's like, I'm going all in. And you can waste time on stopping me, but you acquired this property to get money. So let me do what I did. And when I think probably after they did the reshoot or kind of scrapping the original Born Again idea, they're like, no, give us the Netflix show. It will be successful. Your return of an investment will pay off. This will not be a She-Hulk. This will not be a Secret Invasion. This will actually be successful. And it costs a whole lot less. So let us do it.
Yes. So I loved how the whole thing with Heather turned out, where that moment, and I'm only going to say this, it's been 24 hours now. I think I'm safe to say it. When Matt wakes up and asks for Karen and Kirsten goes, it's the medicine. It was like, yes, that was great. And I like Kirsten. I thought they gave her the right amount of screen time where it didn't feel like she's replacing Foggy. You're supposed to like her as much as Foggy. I thought they gave her enough time. Definitely opens up more room and time for her come season 2. And I felt like this was the best way to ease a character into a similar role as someone else we've been invested in for 3 seasons. And Jerry came in. He wasn't replacing Karen. Like the new supporting cast, I thought worked really well. Heather made for a great love interest for Matt. And of course, we got the big reveal, which I won't spoil here right now. But now everything hinged on this one pivotal moment, and Matt's way off base until he isn't. It is like, whoa, it's changed everything. So I really, really loved how they did everything with this season. The cast were just on it from the moment they appeared. Whenever they appeared, there's a tease of, hey, maybe White Tiger is not done. I loved how they worked in Muse, where he was a momentary threat that Daredevil had to address right away. And I love when shows, that go beyond 4 or 5 episodes. Like, again, normally do that with their 6 episode deals because like y'all have to focus on the main threat, which because this is basically a movie. This one felt like a TV show, not a movie, just stretched out where week to week different things were happening, different subplots were playing out. And one other thing to note, if you want to snitch on somebody, you might want to do it that night. Don't go home and take a shower, think about it. Just go straight to the governor. Just thought.
Okay. I think one of the really good things, like I think most people, the new cast did not feel like, oh, can you bring my replacement back? Oh, I really love Karen. Oh, I really love Feige. Everybody very much was like, okay, I don't feel bad about it. I mean, I'm sorry. I love I'm sure I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this correctly so I don't get on this stuff. But I think using real life scenarios didn't hurt the show either. Allergy hit you?
Always.
Yeah. I think it helps as I kind of like, hey, you see what you just people, hey, this stuff is bad. It's really good to see, hey, this is what can happen when somebody goes rogue. And heroes should step up and kind of fight and stop this from happening.
Yeah, definitely set up a bit of a rallying cry for I can't do this by myself. There were news articles or posts where people were like, why didn't this character show up? Because it's not his show. It's Daredevil. The other guy running around the streets of New York or swinging around the streets of New York doesn't need to show up here. It's not a Marvel movie in the sense of, hey, we got to throw in as much as we can in 2 hours. Let it play out. And it wasn't like we just saw one hero around here. We saw another 2 with a potential third one showing up. And Justin goes, could White Tiger be in Spider-Man 4 as a Kraven type character? I don't think it's a Kraven type character. But yeah, there's no reason White Tiger, whoever they may be, can't show up in this deal in Spider-Man. I think that's something they could certainly lean into, where a character we see show up in Daredevil could just appear in a momentary scene or an Easter egg with a newspaper reporting White Tiger spotted somewhere, or Peter's like, hey, boss, I just got some more footage of White Tiger. So I think there's all kinds of cool stuff they could do these characters.
All right, here's the thing. Because of how they laid out this at the end of the season, all those people that street level characters can come back. I mean, that's the easiest things. Like all the defenders can come back and just, oh, I'd love to see this person. Like, there's nothing that stops them. Some of these people aren't on the contract on anything else. They got time on their schedule. I don't know if I do not think you get, as much as everybody might want to see this, I don't think you put, I don't think you bring Spider-Man in there at all. I think you mention Spider-Man, but you don't put Spider-Man. You don't have to. Why pay Tom Holland his amount of money to make a cameo or anything other than just, I mean, it's not a great use of your funds, your resources. Like, go, if it's instead of trying to.
Aren't they on a contracted deal where it's not a, I mean, because Chris Evans had so many appearances and they counted that cameo from Thor: The Dark World as one of those. So I don't know if it's all right, you got to sell out this much money for him here.
This is one of the things I read this. Is when you do a TV, it's one thing. But when you do a TV and then go movie, that's why Hollywood actors don't really want to go to TV shows, because it pays less. So for a Marvel TV show appearance would cost them either to pay him his right scale, he'd have to get movie star cameo money versus TV show cameo money. And that's not, I wouldn't want to spend the budget money. Even just having a person in a Spider-Man costume, you're like, no, I'm going to need to hear Tom Holland. Like, don't have it just a dude randomly swinging. Like, no, if you're going to do Spider-Man, go all in. But it's not necessary. Don't pull a Sony when you don't need to. You have plenty of street level heroes that we've already seen I mean, you as you say, you gotta have White Tiger. You can bring back an incarnation of White Tiger. You can bring back even hell. You can bring back Moon Knight or Ms. Marvel. You can bring all of those for one episode cameos and really work, or just hey, this is our big blow off fight, maybe a season 2, and bring everybody and have a massive. But if you don't, you're not hurting. Like, oh, I really would like to see this person. You're like, just make a good story and it'll work perfectly.
Well, this is a New York thing, so it's only really affecting vigilantes in New York. So that's Luke Cage, that's Jessica Jones, Kamala, Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, and Punisher, and Daredevil. No one else really exists.
All of them technically, I mean, and this is because what I'm trying to figure out how to pull this right. Because Avengers Tower is in New York. Depending on who's there, they would all be classified as vigilantes. They're still technically violating. If I'm not okay, y'all are gonna have to help me out. Are the Sokovia Accords actually repealed?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's still a lot of those heroes that operate out in New York. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I streaming, and streaming doesn't pay them as much. I don't know what the new TV deal and movie deal was, but I don't think streaming pays them as much as anything else. So they would be very reluctant to say, hey, I want to come on to this show. Even if it's what fans would like, I'd probably like, I need to hold that line to make sure I keep making money 10 years from now and they don't try and pull some okie doke on me.
I don't need him to show up, but I don't see any reason why Spider-Man can't show up in Daredevil. I didn't need him to, but maybe Tom Holland wants to. Maybe Kevin Feige's like, this would be awesome. Let's do it. Like, he is referenced in the show, so it's not impossible for him to show up. But one thing that they did kind of account for with this is nobody knows who Spider-Man is right now. So he could run around and show up because no one knows who he is. And that would be perfect because he didn't have anybody to put at risk or in harm's way. It is not like Kingpin's task force has anybody that can stop Spider-Man.
And that, okay, if you had even just a little bit of Spider-Man, how much you'd have to say? You'd have to have a Tom Holland scene. You'd have to have a Spider-Man.
No, but that's the whole thing. Why would he ever need to unmask? Because nobody knows he's Peter Parker. He doesn't need to go to Matt Murdock and go, "What's up?"
Okay, everybody in the world and the people watching want to see that. I mean, like when you saw the Daredevil, you saw Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock in Spider-Man 4. It was, oh, okay, cool. If you had Spider-Man in there and you didn't see Tom Holland interact, you'd be like, oh, that was kind of a waste. So I think people will be like, nah, I need to see that interaction. So don't have a whole episode of Spider-Man and Daredevil unless it's your Spider-Man Daredevil figuring out how to beat Kingpin, which I don't think is the best use of. I think I would rather spend the money on multiple heroes versus one.
Okay. I feel like we're talking about this for no reason at this point. He's not there. So, what else do you want to see in season 2?
I'm interesting enough. You mentioned this. I want to see how Matt and Kristen deal with. I mean, his love interest, is that her name?
Heather.
I want to see how they interact now that she's going to be really directly working for Kingpin. Is it going to be a scenario where she becomes a double agent kind of next year, or she kind of is, I'm bought all in on the agenda? Very much kind of, I know so many people didn't like it, but Queenie from Fantastic Beasts, she was the person who could read people's mind. And then after she did it, she went over to Grindelwald's side and like, nah, I'm all in. Like, this is the thing to do. I want to see that interaction. I want to see kind of just everybody, how does everybody else deal with kind of Matt Murdock I'm trying not to spoil that part, but the end scene, I'm trying to figure out how that works next season. Like when he comes into the bar, how?
His helmet.
Well, but as everybody, I mean, at this point, I'm like, dude, shave. I'm like, I don't get why these dudes don't shave when they're actually in costume. But
there's enough people running around without clean shaven faces where it doesn't matter.
Okay, that's one. I'm still of the opinion Foggy's gonna come back. I want to see if their son to that. I mean, it could be random, but I want to see where that goes.
You want to see a flashback scene?
I don't know, man, because I'm wondering. I mean, if that was the only time we're gonna see Foggy is episode 1. I mean, we bring back characters all the time. So did Vanessa Mills, did Bullseye pull a shot? We don't know. I mean, I don't know. It probably might take the impact down, but I want to see if that happens.
I think that's where we're going to see him. I think they moved on from Foggy, and they can get away with that in comics because they just exist forever. It'd be the same thing as like, hey, Aunt May's here. How? Oh, well, we did all this stuff. I mean, Legends and Arrow messed up when they brought Sarah back because they went through so many logic leaps and bounds and let's introduce Constantine just so he can bring her back. And I was like, this is dumb. And it just ruined so much of the development they did for Black Canary too at that point. So it's just sometimes in these TV shows, I mean, with Robb Stark and his mama in Game of Thrones, in the book, Caitlyn's still rolling. And she's still around as a different character, sort of, kind of. But in the show, she's done. And I hated that episode just because it was like, no, but made a lot of other things more worthwhile and satisfying. And I think sometimes you just have to let it go, let characters go. And I'm all for flashbacks. Hey, good to see you again. But, or he just reminisces about a conversation they had. But I think sometimes, especially on a street level deal, I brought back Ben Hurt. And his impact is more meaningful now because his niece is running around like, yo, I got to get to the bottom of this. Maybe Echo makes an appearance.
She should. I mean,
why? She's not in New York.
Because she has ties with Kingpin. Yeah. I mean, she literally she's the one who took him out for so many months. I mean, as much as he says, hey, I was away, it would actually make sense for her to come back like, I didn't finish the job. Like,
I don't think she would do that. And you really want to see Echo?
Okay. I'm trying to think. I watched Echo one time, but Echo had the intensity of Daredevil, which also kind of made like, oh, Disney's not being a punk about this. So I wouldn't mind. I mean, Echo is I don't think Echo is going to merit a whole episode. If she came in, quick fight scene, get her scene out and go. Like, I'm cool with that.
I don't think they need to have these cameos taking up one episode each. If anything, they could do that for a Defender cameo or guest appearance where we see them like we saw Punisher. They have their own moment in one episode. And then in the season finale, they return to really help Matt when he needs it most.
Okay. But like kind of how like the Swordsman. Like, you don't have to have that person actually. I mean, like Swordsman, you see him, does his thing, ends out. Like, you don't need to. I mean, like, that's how you could have like an Echo. You don't have to see them interact with everybody, but it's okay. Oh, this is this like Kingpin could be like, hey, this is the kind of crap I'm talking about. My task force will handle this. Like, that's kind of how you mention it. You don't have to have that built-in cameo, but it's like, oh, okay, this. Oh, I remember this. Okay, let's bring it back.
Okay, so let's talk about the other show as Daredevil wrapped up. Let's go on to the show that started its second season, The Last of Us. And this is basically based on Last of Us Part 2, which I haven't played yet. So I can't vouch for how accurate everything was, like I could with the first one. I'm just saving it because I have a backlog of great games to play and just haven't got around to it. Right? I'm waiting for it to hit $5 or for free on PlayStation Network. Here's a hint, Sony. What did you think about this one? I'll give you my quick thoughts because I know you're gonna go rant away.
No,
Um,
nice.
I really enjoyed the first season. I thought every episode was really good. I thought they did an amazing job of translating the video game into a TV show that made sense. They expanded on things that worked, and the action sequences really did have that video game intensity of, oh no, I'm out of bullets. What am I going to do now? And in that one, I thought they had to go hard and couldn't. They couldn't go, well, let's take our time and let's really slow burn this thing, because it was like, we don't know if we're going to have another season. And we already know based on, I mean, I think even before it premiered, they were like, season 3 of The Last of Us, greenlit. We're all good. Don't worry. We won't have to do a Save The Last of Us. So that was exciting. This first episode for season 2 wasn't as exciting to me. I think some of it was just because they had to set the stage, set the table for what's going to happen, what's going to play out. I wasn't particularly invested in Ellie's storylines because I feel like she's becoming a bit of an annoying character. I did like Joel's stuff. I'm curious about what the deal is with him and Eugene and his psychotherapist, who's like, yo, dude, you killed my husband. Not happy with you. And how he's going to make do with this Law and Order because everything's set up. Because the show picks up 5 years later. Shout out Avengers Endgame from when we last saw the characters, which makes sense because it was a while since we saw these characters. I mean, Pedro Pascal has probably done like 18 TV shows and movies in that span of time. This dude's super busy. What did you think of this show?
Okay. I'm not
Or this
going.
episode?
I am not going to rant. I am on a higher plane. I will not do that. I'm lying, of course. Okay, so I didn't like this episode. It just.
So, Mark.
It's like I'm gonna start off like, I know it's been a while since we've seen the show, but I really was almost more invested in the Firefly crew that actually had some beef. It's like, hey, we were trying to save the world, and all of a sudden we hear about this mystery dude who came over and just wrecked our whole idea. I'm not happy with this. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, we're burying people left and right, and all I got is this random dude, and we don't understand why. So I would have rather had like 2 seconds everybody else, and that whole like give me a flashback on them, because I don't want that push to episode 8 when it should be like front to me, almost be front and center, because it was more interesting. Like Ellie was annoying as hell. Ellie unfortunately got Super Alice plot armor cannot be touched. I hated that. I'm just like, oh, so you can be a jerk, you can be unlikable, and you got plot armor. Perfect. A winning combination if there ever was a lead. Like, it sucks. She was a jerk to Joel, which Joel should have literally taken, like, I don't need to wait till episode 5 for him to tell her off. Like, it's been 5 years. I saved your sorry, narrow tail. Get over it or leave. I was like bratty teenager, just energy, just so annoying that didn't make sense in a post-apocalypse world. I was so annoyed. What else? What else I got here?
Well, before you go further, it was annoying. Like everyone's trying to get Ellie to follow along the rules because Joel wants to make sure she's safe. And it's like when the episode starts off, she's training and she wants to get the full, hey, bring all of it. And it's like, nah, dude, because if my man here hits you in the face as hard as he could, you'd be knocked out. And I don't want to have to deal with Joel. And she's like, I don't care about Joel. And then Joel doesn't want her going on recon because she didn't listen the last time. So she forces Tommy to make her go on to allow her to go on recon. She goes on recon. What's she do? She starts immediately disobeying the orders from the person who's in charge of the recon patrol, gets in trouble, and gets bit. So it's just like, this is why you can't be allowed to do this stuff, because you're reckless.
Again, that gets bit and doesn't have any consequences. I think I was in. Hey, nothing wrong with her. I mean, the acting was good. It's the character. I mean, it's like the way it was written is just how is a person watching this. I don't like watching bratty teenagers. I don't find them interesting. I don't find. I mean, again, this show probably isn't something that teenagers are watching. It's probably more older. It's adults watching this. So a bratty teenager. Oh God, I got to deal with.
Who can relate to having bratty teenagers?
But then why do I want to watch it? I don't want to watch what I have to deal with in my real life. Do you think I want to watch the news 24/7? Hell no. Like, come on. I want to get something. If this is my escapism, give me some zombie, apocalypse kind of whatever deal. Like, it would have been more entertaining. It would have been more entertaining. I mean, I won't say entertaining, but more realistic is, all right, Ellie gets this, bad situation, but her friend gets bit because, oh, I didn't listen. Joel, you tried to tell me. It's like, there has to be consequences to the bratty teenager. It can't just be, oh, she survives. Like, that's just, I mean, that was lame. Like Anna Torv, like when she was in the first season, you thought, oh, she's gonna be around, but no, she's actually not, because I don't have plot armor. Things matter, but
and you play the game.
And y'all did. I did not play the game, so I didn't know that. But it's okay. But again, like I'm gonna just go like season 1, where Joel and Ellie meet up with the two brothers. That episode was really good because they were trying to protect each other, and then it goes bad. But then you start the first episode of the second season, where remember, she's invincible. It's like, not really what I wanted to kind of come back into. I wanted to see the consequences, or hey, so I wasn't a fan.
I think watching The Walking Dead with Carl would do dumb stuff, but he wasn't necessarily a brat. And bratty kids on the show tended to die because you can't be, I want to do my own thing, screw the rules, because you really can't do that in this situation scenario. And I think that's why you're so upset with her having plot armor, because she can do whatever the heck she wants to do. We know she's not getting killed because she's the co-lead of the show, but her putting her hand on the fire, going, look, I can't get hurt, probably irritates you. And I don't think it's necessarily the best way to go for her character going forward throughout the season. Who knows? Maybe she was just having a bad day. But I do find it would make more sense for her maybe to have some survivor's guilt. Oh man, I can't believe it. I know Joel lied to me. What did he cost? Her acting out is, I don't know.
It's been 5 years.
Like something a 19-year-old would do.
Trying to get away with that because it's been 5 years. If you have, I don't even know how this story hasn't come out in 5 years, but he's literally been carrying this guilt. Or even I mean, I don't even know why he's having guilt.
I don't know either.
If you think you did the right thing, I mean, at the scene when he's talking to the therapist, like, I made the right call. Done. That didn't need 5 years to get through. This is my truth. I think I made the right call. I'm over it.
You're watching too much TV. You said it's my truth.
Yeah, that's the line of, I don't care what you think. This is objective what I think. Yeah, hey, I'm rolling with this. Deal with it. I mean, just trying to say, you stretched that out 5 years and holding that. It's like, are you going to take it to the grave or not?
He needs to be like Michael Corleone with Carlo. Regardless. No, I didn't. They just keep it rolling. I don't understand, because it's like the alternative was you let them chop her up to figure out how to make people invulnerable to the virus or immune to the virus. You decided you want to keep her alive.
Is that still like, hey, did they need to go chopping heads off? No, but could you check? Hey, let's do some spinal fluid. Can we do some? I mean, hey, let's do some blood work. No, we're just gonna chop her head. We think we got the answer. Like that didn't make perfect sense. But the reaction to Joel, if hey, they making that step, I'm gonna do mine. I'm over the whole guilt thing on it. I'm keeping him. I'm moving. And Ellie, oh, you getting bratty teenager? I'm like, I'm either telling you what I did and telling you, hey, if you got that energy, go move and go. There's another house somewhere. Get out of my house. I have no use for you. Or you follow the daggone rules. But him trying to, oh, I'm not her father, but I'm gonna act like it. Like, no, but that's not gonna work at all. And it's just gonna be annoying to watch his TV.
Michael, that's a good point. He thinks he damned the earth to keep his surrogate daughter. But that's a great point. I do think you have to look at this world and be like, is it really worth saving? Because he's seen some crappy stuff already. And this is kind of why I wish Ellie weren't written so abrasive, at least this point, because I think it would make it a lot easier for him to go, yeah, I made the right call. When she's running around like a brat and I can't stand you, Joel, I can't stand you, I'll probably make him rethink things. And I don't know. I mean, it's like, was the earth worth Ellie? Probably, but she's not making it any easier. And I just wish the writer who wrote the game would do something to soften her up a little bit, just because I want to like Ellie. Ellie should be a character I like as much as Joel. I shouldn't take sides in this deal. That's my thought.
So, Mike, I think that's a good point.
But what Michael Solis said?
Yeah, because but here's the only I'm only gonna beef with that a little bit because this episode didn't make him like if he was going out on patrol and some people were getting killed, just kind of like once again reinforced like, man, it sucks out here. Maybe I should have made that call. Maybe, but him kind of as the construction manager, he's almost now insulated from it. We're building. There's more people coming all the time. Hey, maybe things will get back to normal. Well, that's just my take.
So one thing that we did learn, they're very negligent about this fungi crawling in their pipes and like, we'll deal with it after our New Year's party where we get blitzed and dance poorly. That was really interesting because that would not have been what I would have done. I'm like, whoa, we've got some weeds in here. Where's the blowtorch? Let's get it out ASAP. So I thought that was wild. They're running out of materials because I noticed, I don't know if you picked up, Joel's place has cracks. It's like a rundown little bit home. And, you know, his sister-in-law is going, we need to bring in more people. Get him with Joel. Why? We already got people who are homophobic running around this spot. We got people who are just awful in our community. Why do we want to bring in more potential jerks? Then Joel's gonna be like, yeah, I made the right call.
Okay, and in that regard, it's well, the human race is pretty much about to die. So we probably need to, worry about the species if we think it's actually worth saving. A better idea. I mean, it's like if you wanted to, hey, you were in Wyoming. All right, we need some loggers. Like, there's some trees out here. Either we create a better defense, expand the town, but trying to, or the town that's close by that you're patrolling, maybe take that out. Like, all right, let's steal some of these materials. We've had 5 years, and we've only had mild incursions. So maybe set up defenses to make sure that doesn't happen so you don't have to have people out there.
Michael Solis says her character is inherently selfish, bratty until she gets older. And that's kind of the thing. I would have hoped that 5 years later would have toned down some of the brattiness. Because, I understand a 14-year-old being, the world's all about me, mine. In this world, particularly, where she can't go to the mall, she can't call her friends, she can't rebel like a normal teenager would in a normal world, I would think she would figure out different rules to break than those that could put other people at risk, get herself hurt, or other people killed. That was all.
Yeah. I mean,
Devin says, Jace? Dude, they're in Jackson, Wyoming, the home of all billionaires. There are no loggers there.
hey, if you tell me, hey, I need you to cut down some trees or get run over by some herds, I can swing an axe. I can use a shovel. I can use a saw. I'll make this stuff happen. And some of these people are coming, have special skills, or hey, I'm a laborer. I got through here, man. I'm a blue collar guy. I can get it done.
Do they have a particular set of skills?
All you need to know is how to swing an axe. Make that happen. All right, here's our test. Swing. There you go. And you can come in.
Or shoot him in the head. I went for the head.
Okay. I think that might have been the other thing. I have been away from this world for how many years? 2 or 3 years?
2.
I kind of forgot what the fungi are like, I guess. I mean, just the stakes were kind of...
They die when you shoot them in the head.
So why did Ellie decide to stab the thing in the neck 5 times?
I think if you get around that area, it counts too.
Yeah, but if you were in Walking Dead world, you're not wasting time. Hey, let me see if I can come up with new fun ways to kill the zombies. You're going to say, hey, I'm going to stab it in the head and keep it moving. One, done. I'm
going to have a retractable
spear. Huh?
I'm going to have a retractable spear. That's what I'm going to do. I don't need to get knife distance away because I might stumble or then make noise. Oops. No, I'm not doing that. I'm getting them from a distance. That's what I do.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you're practicing. I mean, I don't even know why. Why am I learning how to do hand-to-hand combat? I'm doing the Michonne. I need some swords. I need some spears or any guns. Maybe I need long range distance or shots. Like, I'm not going into a fisticuffs against the fungi, who are some great brawlers, it looks like. So why am I going to let you get that close? Like,
and one thing we learned this episode, they're starting to get smarter. They weren't doing the dumb. At least one was doing a real stalking job, like actually staying away from her, being quiet, and closing in on her when Ellie least expected it. So I thought that was cool. It'd be really interesting to see how 5 years have evolved these guys too.
Yeah.
All right, so that's The Last of Us Part 2. Are you looking forward to this week's episode?
I'm looking forward to... No, I'm not. Because I didn't get to see the preview other than here's what's going to happen this season. It's like, okay. But nothing really made it so I want to see next week. It's just, I'll watch it, but no.
I'm hoping next week they really focus on those fireflies. Like they could do a full episode on them and what happened with them over the 5 years, which led them to Jackson. I think that could be exciting. Then episode 3, we see the confrontation. Do they just try to, hey, we really like to come into your community. By the way, is it Joel here? Oh, he is great. Thanks so much. Or are they just going to try to bomb it right away? Lots of possibilities, lots of thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's why I kind of wanted to see what their motivation is, because they seem like they honestly had a more interesting storyline. Because Ellie's storyline is, I'm invincible and there's no consequences on any action I do. It's like, no, that's not really great TV to me.
So, interesting note though, this is WrestleMania weekend. I almost wonder if, I don't know how much it's going to affect their ratings. The crossover of WWE and Last of Us fans might not be that significant, but I'm going to be watching WrestleMania Sunday. See Cody Rhodes go against John Cena. So, really interesting scheduling. I wonder if they might have waited until next weekend for it. So, anyway, got that. G20 dropped on Amazon Prime this week. Or last week, and saw it. I mostly liked it. It's a Viola Davis movie where she's the president. Bad guys, including Homelander, come through to interrupt this summit and kidnap the world leaders, force them to do some stuff where they can then manipulate AI and crash the world's economy. And then she pulls out the old Rambo, Bruce Willis, name your action hero of choice to fight them off. What did you think of this movie?
I thought, man, I liked it. One good thing is Viola Davis actually started the movie off with the right amount of physicality. Like, hey, I'm no punk. I'm not gonna be out here doing spin kicks on guys that are 20 pounds, like 50 pounds heavier than me. I'm actually going to use what we have showed in the beginning of this movie. Later on, good action sequences. I thought most of the characters, I didn't think anybody was dumb. So to me, it was a good popcorn Saturday, Friday night movie to me. Like, I thought it was really cool. Like good action, 80s style. Yeah, you'll enjoy this movie to me.
I have some slight quibbles.
You have thoughts?
I have thoughts. It's just in general. In any movie, any action movie, this is certainly not the first one to do it. I don't like when they leave bad guys who are killing people alive when they will kill other ones. So if you're doing a whole pacifist thing, I'm not going to kill or shoot anybody, that's fine. But if you're killing one dude, you need to kill them all, especially if you got people around you who can get shot or killed while they're walking around. Like, just take them out. Treat them like zombies.
But that actually start going back to our Last of Us reference. This shows, hey, there was a consequences for this mercy you have. Hey, don't do it. Okay, after that point, never happened again. It was, okay, I understand where I am. There's no talking now. Back to my action movie thing. I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, it's weird. Also, and I did see a little bit of this, but why do characters ever run out of ammo in these movies? Like, you're shooting down a ton of characters who also have guns. Just load up. Just, and she was wearing stuff. She could have stacked a gun under her strap, in her pants. I wouldn't run out of bullets in this situation or guns because I would keep using them. Do a John Wick. Oh, this is out of bullets. Here's another one I'm pulling out.
I think that's the John Wick approach to us, and especially all of us who play video games. It's okay.
What do I have here? Yeah.
No, hey, what do I have? What do they have? I mean, that's again the John Wick check. Like, I'll upgrade. I mean, right. Or put it in my pocket. Let's. Hey, I'm getting all the stuff that's not going to weigh me down. I can bring ammo. Not going to weigh me down. Let's go. Oh, this guy has a better gun than me. Upgrade. All right, we're good.
Let me upgrade you. And you said nobody acted dumb. I did have issues with the daughter. She was doing dumb things. I don't think the Social Security or Georgetown bar will let the president's daughter show up with cameras around to lose your liquor license.
Again, that is dumb, rebellious teenager. I could dumb and rebellious once. But I also, again, we're not talking. I mean, the Georgetown bar. No bar in Georgetown's a little like that. Speaking of us who've been to Georgetown, not a chance.
No way.
And especially for somebody that high profile that they know. I mean, no. I mean, and this is funny because when we grew up, the kind of earlier like teenagers in the White House with a Bush girl, they were still not getting into that just blatant, especially the social media. Like, you may have heard they went out, but it wasn't that reckless. Now, 2024, there's no way in heck anybody's letting you in the door if they've seen your face and know you're like, hey, are you a teenager? Yeah, I'm not losing my liquor license because the weight of the government's going to just crush my bar, and you're just not that important. Like, I kind of had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to make this place. You're just not worth it. Sorry.
Yeah, she's not a social influencer whose appearance at your bar will help raise the profile. It would be like, you're going to get me shut down, especially since you're underage and there are people with cameras taking videos of you drinking shots.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
yeah. That was the worst start. We have to move. Let's start our story out. Hey, some of this is believably stupid, but hey, I need you to kind of understand when we do some of these things later on. Okay, here's why this makes sense. Oh, okay, I got it. You're really smart. Okay, we have our bad. I mean, our bad guy weren't super fleshed out, but their reason was like, okay, good. So, I mean, yeah, it left enough breadcrumbs, and you're not like at the end of the movie when they're trying to do the payoff. They're like, oh, that didn't make sense. Like,
Well,
no.
there was a part that didn't make sense with the daughter again, but whatever. I mean, Viola Davis doesn't appear in bad movies, so I know I'm going to at least have a 6. Just that's the floor. So I don't have to go, oh gosh, this was terrible. I would have changed a few things, but she's excellent. Like she's Teflon because she's showing up, she's gonna be great. Everything else around her, who knows? But she was awesome. Like the fact that she actually looked the part of action hero, guns going, not the ones you shoot, the ones you pump. And they introduced a vulnerability with her character, which is something we rarely see with action heroes. She had a bad knee. I can relate to having a bad knee. So that was cool.
Again, also taking 5 seconds, like, I mean, when they explained her story, was like, oh, okay, that's good. Like, I mean, from an action movie, I don't say you could do a sequel to it, but also, oh, okay, like this person
Oh,
has some character
come
development
on.
to it.
You can't see a G21 on Amazon.
Of course I can. Again, this is one of probably one of their ones. I mean, if you went in Amazon, it was their number one movie, and it's like, hey guys, I
I
don't think
never
this
paid
one
them any
sucks.
mind with that. It's the newest movie. Of course, it's going to be your top movie. Same thing when Netflix does. It's like, wow, the newest movie you just dropped is your number one most viewed movie. Who would have thought?
Hey, does it have staying power? Will people? I mean, I've seen in the Facebook groups, everybody's like, hey, did y'all check this out? And people are like, yeah, I did check it out, and it was good. So I'm trying to wonder if you were movie exec, do you put that movie out in theaters or especially in March? I mean, no, April. Would you put that movie out versus going straight to Amazon?
I think it would have worked just fine in theaters. I mean, because Viola Davis in an action role, that's something. I mean, what else is out there? So she's Chickwick. I definitely would not call her Chickwick. She's not playing in like a superhero almost gunsmith. She's like in some ways I wish she were a little bit more John Wick because she's not taking over action scenes. Like she has somebody with her through a large portion of it, and which helped it stay believable. And I mean, that stuff was fine. I wasn't like, oh, come on. Literally, my biggest issues were when bad guys were down, she didn't finish them, and the daughter doing some dumb stuff later on.
Um,
Right, Jamlin. We
but
guys were promoting our mother number one. Who the target? Exactly.
hey, I mean, but unlike some of the other movies we've seen and promoted almost, I think this one was like, okay, I would watch this movie again.
That's true. It's better. Yeah, she's certainly more of a president as an action hero than John McClane. I certainly would not say she's John Wick. Just because John Wick is like the elite level assassin hitman, I can take on all 80 of you and have a few cuts and scrapes, but I'm going to come back for your big boss. She's not like that. She has real vulnerabilities. She has personal ties that play into the movie. So it felt more like an 80s throwback in that sense,
Yeah,
not a modern action.
she always
type of hero.
had assistance from somebody that was believable to me. It was, I mean, again, you're the president. There's going to be a secret service. Like, no, you're not going to just roll out and buy this dude just by yourself. I got you. You have somebody else later on helps you out too. Yeah, it was not. It was very much not a John Wick. It's solo affair. It was no, I got you. Let's team this thing up and win.
She didn't have to go. I saved myself.
All right. Okay, Heather, calm down.
So let's see here. But that doesn't necessarily mean that everything is going smooth on Amazon. They have scrapped the 2 Citadel spinoffs. Um, I like Citadel. That was one I was mentioning, like, oh man, this is the show that I thought was cool. A lot of people didn't seem like they dug it. So Citadel, Honey Bunny, and Citadel, Diana, we're not getting those. And it just has not really worked out. So it's really interesting. I thought, hey, we're gonna see these things continue on. They're not.
They just mentioned the spinoffs not too long, like kind of like, hey, we're going forward, right?
The storylines from Honey Bunny and Diana, not dirty, just regular, clean Diana, they're going to be tied into the main season, to main season 2 of Citadel. So if you were invested in those plot lines, yes, that too. They're going to continue on in Citadel season 2. Let me check real fast to see when that's supposed to come, because I think, oh yes, and they announced Citadel season 2 will be coming out Q2 of 2026.
You know, you say that not a lot of people went and watched it. I mean, had a favorable view. For some reason, I didn't even watch the show. I don't know if it's because nobody talks about it and it just got kind of pushed back and further, but I haven't felt the need to watch it. I'm like, I'll get to it eventually. But what was your thought overall? Like, was it good? Like, you know, is it on a real scale or is it a Chief 7 out of 10? Like, what's your thought?
I liked it. I mean, I was entertained. Rob Stark's one of the leads. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I wanted to, I felt like it was shorter than where they could have gone with it, but I liked it. I don't know what people were expecting. I think it just didn't live up to their expectations of it or what it should, what it could be. But it was very much like, oh, this is cool to watch. It wasn't life changing, but it was good for a streaming show. And I think I don't need my TV shows on anything to go for an Emmy. I don't need that. I just want to be entertained while I'm watching that show, however long it goes. So yeah, I thought it was fine for what they were doing, but yeah, it just did not work.
I mean, I think one of the big things, reason why I have not watched it, is because when it came out, I did not want to watch series. I wanted to watch movies.
Mhm.
And a Citadel, the concept of the series, very much plays out like a movie. It is. I don't need to see a series where you could do this as a movie. I would be invested in waiting for your sequel. But when it's just not going to happen, it's a movie. A series. It's, oh, I'll get to it when I can. My series are all done. Like, I still have to finish the last 4 of Cobra Kai, and then once that's over, I will pick that.
Wow.
Well, I work slow on series, but
I work slow on series and I'm writing reviews of them. What's your excuse, sir?
Hey, man, there's basketball to watch. There's playoffs. I mean,
Playoffs.
There's NBA. There's NCAA tournaments.
Yeah. We're in April now.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. That's what pushes these things back. Now, did you watch the play-in tournament? I didn't, but others
yeah, exactly. So that's what you're talking about.
Damn it,
right, exactly. Lies. Hold all the phones. What happened to the Street Fighter figures? I was shooting Dawson. So that's what happened. Dawson is excellent, as everybody said. I'm not quite sure why he didn't just I think I knocked the white box over because he was holding his leg going up and kicking somebody for it posed for a extraordinarily long time. But he's great. Really big fan. And hopefully I'll get to DJ this week.
Is Braun still holding Starscream up?
No, it's in the same white box. No, he's up on the shelf. Yeah, Jace, why didn't you take the week off and catch up on your shows? Exactly.
I mean, I'm not doing what I need to do. You're right, Blake. I'm slacking.
Don't remind me, this week is halfway over, Blake. Got Monday off, so still a little bit of time. But jeez, it goes by fast when you're on break.
Oh gosh, have you gone to sleep before 3 o'clock?
Yes.
I do not know if I believe that.
Some days were like 2:30.
Yeah, okay.
Just using cheap excuses. Exactly. I don't know what's going on. Cobra Kai is too good for you to not finish it, by the way.
Because again, it's too good to finish, and then when you're done, it's over. There's no more episodes coming. It's over. You're done. Or unless you want to go watch the new Is Karate Kid, which I'm not sure I'm gonna do. And I don't think again that being a spinoff after Cobra Kai, I'm not no. So just let me enjoy I can watch Karate Kid last 4 episodes when it's time.
There you go. When you're all set and all ready for them. Let's see. Is there anything I want to ask you before we go to this? I have to say this for my dummy of the week. Quick rumor. John Boyega, Finn, has spoken to Kevin Feige and wants to play Bishop. X-Men. What do you think?
Boyega's a good actor. I mean, I gotta think of the real name of this movie. They kidnapped Tyrone.
Yeah, he's really
Tyrone.
good. They clone Tyrone.
They cloned. Okay, I got it. I have my own name for that movie, and I do like it. He's a good actor. He definitely could bring the intensity to Bishop. You know, get him some good dreads, and make sure he actually has lines that don't say Ray. I mean, actually utilize the brother's skills. I think it's a way to go. I mean, now I say it really depends on where the heck they're going to go with the X-Men. Hey, him as a character is a really good idea, but what part of the X-Men? Are we just jumping in? The X-Men have been around for 20, 30 years? Or are you building out a team of X-Men? Because if you have Bishop in the first class, it's not going to work for
me. we don't need to do that here. Let's see. I'm trying to see. There's a little bit more. Oh, I see. Kristen Ritter posted on her Instagram Charlie Cox. This was on the 13th, so just a few days ago. So she might be hanging out with him. So we'll see what that leads to. I'd love to see Jessica Jones there. Got to work on Easter. That's no fun.
That's not fun.
Yes, they clone. Hey, you guys. Ugh, I hope that's not true.
Yeah, no, it's not. The guys from Goonies, Corey Haim, I think at Awesome Con, they were very much like, it's going to happen. We don't know if the original cast is going to be part of it because they had not talked to us yet. But because it's Steven Spielberg and I don't want to say Christopher Columbus, but they're like, it's pretty much going to happen. We just don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
I think it'd be really hard to do Goonies now because technology would render so much of what they did in the first one kind of moot. And you have to account for technology with Goonies, where they used a map to search, where now they just go, oh look, here where it is on Google Maps.
I mean,
Bishop would be great. Rick Cage says Finn does not have the physique for Bishop. Bishop is another one like Punisher, where he doesn't need to be a hulking tank. He's just a dude who absorbs energy. I mean, they made him bigger when they originally showed him, but they've slimmed him down over the years as different artists have done their take on Bishop. I don't think that has to be a thing for him.
He wasn't super big in X-Men 97, and you can always put a costume for Bishop can make him look bigger than just a regular dude.
Which one did you say this at Awesome Con?
Corey Haim.
Haim? No.
No. Haim is licensed driver. Feldman.
There you go. Yeah, Spielberg waited for the right script. Well, no telling You did see the last Indiana Jones, right? David Thanos, when the slow people be offended by Goonies. You're right. We can't have a sloth in there. It's
No,
just all kinds of people are ready to be offended by that one. He can't say slip of the tongue, Rand. Well,
oh my
he shouldn't
gosh.
be forcing himself on her.
Oh my gosh. Oh, my pearls.
My pearls, my pearls, my pearls. All right. Try to wait for him. Sinners drops this Friday. Chief and I actually went to go see it. I loved it. It's one of my favorite movies I've seen in multiple years. It was excellent. I remember, I guess, 2 weeks ago, where I was reading off some of the early hype for it. Really does live up to it. Michael B. Jordan, he's really good. He plays twins, and I'll get back to that later. He's great. The whole cast, the ensemble, awesome. Delroy Lindo's in it. You know, he's great. Just this, it's so good. And Ryan Coogler, he's really creative, and I haven't disliked any of his movies. I think my least favorite, with a big, huge, bigger than the Thunderbolts asterisk, is Wakanda Forever. That's simply because the circumstances way out of his control. But even then, that's still a good movie. This one is, it's gonna be a hard one for him to top, because I feel like he keeps going to the next level with each of his films, and this one is going to be really hard. So just the creativity, the imagination, because it's like this story could be a Dust Till Dawn kind of thing, but it's so much more. So many more layers to it. The music, the cinematography, all the great cinephile stuff, it's there. And if you like movies, there's a lot into it. Where, yeah, there's some definite vampire action into it, but it's like a third of the movie. It's not, oh man, the vampires are just, it's not like that. The trailers make it seem like it's far more action oriented. It's not. It's like a good 2/3 of it. It's just really great character development. Makes you care about the characters, kind of in the sense of like Dawn of the Dead, where the zombies are there, they're gonna do some stuff, but for the most of the movie, they're making you care about the characters. So when they start getting killed, it's like, no, as opposed to, they got that random dude, great. So really, really good. What do you think?
I was gonna again. I'm still mad that I did not go to this movie. I was doing my freaking taxes, and that was a bad call. I should have gone and filled out my little form on lousmoviefile.com. Get me a pass. Bad call on my part. What I'm wondering, Hope, you can kind of help me out on this. Do you think this movie kind of puts Ryan Coogler in that A-list movie sphere, like Christopher Nolan, with after this? Because it seems like this guy does not put you in the theater unless it's a good movie. I mean, like Christopher Nolan.
He doesn't rush to put movies out, which is great. He's not doing something every year just to here's my latest movie. I think he's going to, when it's said and done, be considered like a Scorsese, Spike Lee, Tarantino, just an excellent filmmaker. Whatever he does is great. And I think Scorsese probably has a better track record of long-term greatness. I think, hold on. By the time he's done, he's gonna be like the next generations of future directors are gonna be, oh man, he's gonna be the next Ryan Coogler. He's that good right now. I think this is his fifth film. So he's still on one hand with his movies. And by the time he does another 10 more, he really deserves a ton of attention and credit for this. And if this hasn't taken him to if he hadn't already reached that point, I feel like this absolutely should and will.
Yeah, because I think talking to you because we talked after you watched the movie. You were just like, if Michael B. Jordan doesn't get a Best Oscar
Hold on, I'm
nomination,
gonna say that for later. But yeah,
okay. But you were like, hey, if Ryan Coogler does not get this directed, it's like this whole category is off. It's you if this movie is as good as you're saying, which I have no reason to doubt.
thanks.
This kind is one of those, hey, folks are gonna be starting to study, like maybe 20 years, they're gonna be like, hey, can you make movies as good as Ryan Coogler? Like to get people, once they know they're in there, they're gonna be, hey, I'm spending my X amount of dollars and I know I'm gonna enjoy myself. And that's a good thing.
Because I feel like he's in these 5 films, he's already done one of the all-time greatest superhero movies and its sequel. He's delivered one of the best sports movies in the last 25 years. I checked. Remember the Titans is 2000, so I was like, "Oh man, Creed is going to be the best," and I was like, "Oh wait, actually, Remember the Titans still number 1 on that end, but it's one of the best." He's done one of those. Oh man, this is a deep, tragic drama with Fruitvale Station, and this one is his. Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure I can do what Jordan Peele is doing. I can do what Tarantino's doing in one movie. And also just put my own flavor on it. And that I think is the really cool part because it's like he's he's doing what other directors, some of his peers, base an entire movie on and incorporating that into this great stew of a little bit of everything: music, drama, heartbreaking, romance, thrills, scares, horror, action, some comedy that makes sense. It's not like, oh gosh, why did you do this? The creepiness, that unnerving creepiness that was in Us, where it's like this movie is making me do a little turnaround in the seats. And oh, what's that? When I came home, it was like that, and it's really exciting. I wrote this in my review. My least favorite part about it was knowing I was only going to see it for that first time, just this one time. I'm going to watch this movie a ton, but man, watching it for the first time is a real experience. This is one I definitely recommend going, experiencing that the theater environment for it, because there were a few moments where there was some audience participation. I was like, all right, dude, that was actually pretty good. And or it's like, you would enjoy it on your own, if you watch it at home or whatever. But I thought this was kind of fun because there were definitely some moments where it's like, no, don't do that. Oh, it's just the kind of stuff that makes going to the movies fun. Shout out Nicole Kidman. And I was like, this is cool. I'll probably, and if you can, I'd see it in IMAX because he was shooting with those cameras, and it's like an immersive experience, taking it all in because it's just like, this is the biggest screen possible to watch it. So, highest possible recommendation for sinners, do see it. Did I say this is his 5th film? Yes. So he did just the first one. He did not direct the 2nd and 3rd one. Jordan did the 3rd one. Oh man, Stephen P. What is his name? Oh man, I am blanking on my guy's name. Cable. That's his name. Cable. He did Creed 2. And it was good. Really enjoyed it. I'm gonna make sure I'm saying his name right because he did the last Transformers, and I know a lot of people were like, Stephen Cable Jr. Yes. He did part 2. The main reason I know is because I actually got to talk to him and the guy who's Drago's son. Very tall man. But so he's done Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and This Is Sinner. So yeah. Yep, you got it. Blake says when you got home and heard a bump, Jeff, it was just some extra. Most likely. The worst part is when you hear that bump and you go to the figure area or room, you can't figure out what fell. And then later on, it's like, oh, this is what fell. And it's like, it's the worst because it's like you try to put on your Columbo hat, do some investigation. Where is it? So you can go to Watson Elementary. And then it's like, oh, that's what that noise was. So, yeah, craziness. So, watching Sinners made me feel like I'm going to have some serious problems with voting blocks, Academy Awards, if Sinners is not properly represented. Yeah, it's April, and Justin was like, only good movies come out in the second half of the year. Untrue. There's still some gems that do come out, but I don't want Sinners to be forgotten come November, December, when the critics have their short attention spans and totally forget a great movie like this. And that led me to think that, this might be Jordan, one of his best performances. And I'm like, he's great as Killmonger. He's great in Creed. I'm like, man, this dude is awesome. Anytime he collaborates with Ryan Coogler. I'm like, this is probably his best movie. And I'm going to continue talking this movie up through the year. Like, yo, don't forget about Sinners. Sinners great. Michael B. Jordan for best actor. Ryan Coogler, best writer, director, best picture, best ensemble, best cinematography, best all this stuff. Best ensemble, best score, all of it. And it led me to think also because I watched Heat with Dad Sunday. And that was Raven because he didn't remember seeing her or he just never saw it. And I was like, Heat is awesome. And we're watching it. I'm like, this movie is just so great. And I'd seen it more or less recently. So it wasn't like, I can't believe I don't remember all this stuff. It was just like this is one of those movies where I just sit back like, it's a dang good movie. And so Heat was amazing. And it made me think, boy, how would you know this is his best performance? Because I'm like, is it The Godfather Part 2? Maybe. But he really did some great roles. It still boggles my mind that he won an Oscar for Sin of a Woman. And just led me down a huge rabbit hole of what he should have done instead. And I absolutely don't think he should have gotten an Oscar for Sin of a Woman. That's why I put this out to you guys. Like, hey, what are movies that actors got recognized for? But should have got recognized for something else, or in some cases, at least one example. What should they have gotten an award for that they just got totally passed over? And maybe they got screwed over twice. So, excuse me. I'm writing this down because I thought this was amazing. Rick Cage, IMAX did you spake? Jeff, don't give me a reason. My town has one of the few true IMAX theaters in the tourist district. Bet that. Go see it there. Hooah! Yeah. So my first one, Al Pacino should have won. Wait a second. Why did I have this wrong? Hold on. I have to verify my notes here really quickly. Let's see. Oh, yes. 1992. Let's start here. All right. So 1992 best Oscar winner was Al Pacino for Sin of a Woman. You should not. I said already you should have won in 95 since they were on the we'll get to you later kick. Could have just waited 3 more years, giving it for him for his portrayal in Heat. Because in 95, he was going against Robert Downey Jr., who was Charlie Chaplin in Chaplin. Stephen Reed. Huh?
You're saying 92?
92.
Yeah, I was okay. I was like, you said 95 for a second, Mike. No, it's 92.
No, I said he should have won in 95 for Heat.
Okay, gotcha.
Stephen Reed for Crying Game. That was a random one. But here's where it gets interesting because I would have been fine with either of these guys winning. Clint Eastwood is Will Money and Unforgiven, or Denzel, no last name needed, for Malcolm X. Now I got a coin flipped. Pacino, I don't know if he's even better than Downey Jr. in Chaplin. This is his worst of his higher profile when he's still a big star movies to have won this award for. And it's just like, gosh. So that was a travesty. And I was just like, man, this is absolutely ridiculous. He's nominated so many times than they gave him for this performance when Clint Eastwood or Denzel definitely would have been a better test through time award winner.
Okay.
So what's your first one?
Let's because I got beef on this. The 92 one is a stacked concepts.
King Collector.
But the truth is, this is Denzel's role. If you've looked at any Oscar highlight reel, it always has Denzel from Malcolm X. It does not have Al Pacino from Senator Woman. I mean, you may find Chaplin, which was a very good role, but I mean, even Clint Eastwood. I mean, I'm like Clint Eastwood. It's like there was so much greatness in that movie. I mean, he's almost part of an ensemble more so than Al Pacino's in that, but Chaplin, that's RGJ, and Denzel is that movie. It's everybody else is there, but that is his movie. That's it. That shouldn't have been a question. But I'm gonna go so I can have my own unique one. I'm sorry. My first one's gonna be. Do you want to do this in order of years or just kind of
whatever you want to do?
All right, cool. I'm gonna start with my first one. Is Robin Wright for Forrest Gump? She is one of the most endearing characters.
What year are we talking here? What was that one? 93, right? No, 94. Okay.
Like, and I'm not even caring who they're against. I'm just saying how good that performance is. That's the one you're just like, hey, this is the one like is going to stick the test of time to me. Like her Jenny character is one of those great actress performance. It is remembered to this day. It's like you did not. I mean, there are so many people like I did not like that character, but that's to tell you how good an actor is. It's not. It was poorly written. It was I felt that role, and for her, just how she was moving in Forrest, it was like perfect performance, great job. So that's my first one.
Shameless says Dog Day Afternoon was a great performance, by the way. Maybe too early. Not true. I mean, because his whole deal was he was just great so early on. And I'm trying to think here. So I'm going through because he has so many. All right, so that was 75. That's when I was born. But he had already done Godfather Part 2 the year before. This guy was on a crazy streak. So let's go into the ridiculousness. So 72, he was Best Supporting Actor for Godfather, the first one. In 73, he was nominated for Serpico. Thank you. And then 74, Michael Corleone, Godfather Part 2. Then 75 for Dog Day Afternoon. And I'm trying to think what his next one was.
Okay,
in 79, he was up for another one. So he was due in the 70s to win. I mean, he should have won for any of those roles. That's insane. Okay. He went the whole way.
I'm not trying to crap on anybody, but on 74, exactly. If you look, I mean, just the who's in there, it's like, all right, it's Jack Nicholson, Dustin Hoffman, Albert Finney. Art Carney wins for Harry and Tonto. Mm-hmm. I don't think of anybody. I mean, I've never heard of that movie.
Well, that's on you.
But Godfather Part 2 has stood the test of time. And for all these, and this is the biggest problem with the Oscars. They have a very myopic view of who is the best picture, and they don't actually, hey, this is the best movie. This is the one that is going to stand the test of time. Godfather Part 2 was so how that would have been to me very equivalent to how Lord of the Rings, Return of the King swept up everything. Because you just put in that movie, it's best actor, best supporting. That should have just run roughshod over the award season that year. And Al Pacino 100% is like, no, you see this performance. That is Michael, that dude. He is that dude.
But here's the ridiculous part. It won 6 Academy Awards. It was nominated for 11. It had Best Director, Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor for Robert De Niro, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Pacino was nominated. So it's like everything else is recognized except for the dude who's the lead of the movie. And he's great.
But here's and I don't remember her name. Gosh, what is Connie's name?
Connie?
Yeah.
Talia Shire.
Talia Shire, you're not giving her best supporting, best. I mean, nah. I'm sorry. It's just like nah. You just that should have swept up everything.
It was good, right. It's like, Cinema Woman is the one. I'm like, gosh, Great Devil's Advocate. There's so many other films where I'm like, you should have won for this one as opposed to this.
Yeah.
So he's always my one where I'm like, yeah, Denzel should have won. Al Pacino should have won long before the 90s when he finally got one. And let me see here. I think James said this too. Oh yeah, if not for Malcolm X, Denzel should have won for The Hurricane or John Q. I think John Q a little bit more. The Hurricane's good, but I feel like his odds were better that year. So let's see. So my next one, where I want to go with that. Let me make sure I X that out so I'm on it. So I did a dude. Let's go on to a woman now. Let's go all the way to 1986.
86.
Another number. Sound of a funky drummer. All right, here you go. The Morning After, Jane Fonda, Sissy Spacek, Crimes of the Heart, Kathleen Turner, Peggy Sue Got Married. All right, now I'm going to tell you the one who should have won, and then I'm going to tell you. Now I'll tell you the winner, and then I'll tell you who should have won. Marlee Matlin for Children of a Lesser God. And I know you've watched that many times. It's one of your favorite films. But who should have won in '86? Sigourney Weaver playing the role of Ellen Ripley in Aliens, one of the best films, period. And I really feel like Sigourney Weaver's career would have gotten to another level if she had gotten the Oscar she deserved for that film. Because she's been really good in other things, but I feel like she would have gotten more of those dramatic roles if she had gotten that Oscar that she deserved. So there's that one. My first on that realm. Where you got next, bro shot?
I'm gonna go with just everybody knows this was the daggone Oscar winner, Angela Bassett. What's love got to do with it?
Do with it?
Like under no circumstance, unless because I'm trying to get to the year.
It's 93. I have it written down.
Yeah, okay.
Holly Hunter wins for what did I write down here? Scratch that I wrote. She won
From the piano.
for piano. That's what that says. Yes.
I mean, it's like one of those deals. Like how Angela Bassett said, what was it, after Black Panther 2? She's like, I know I won that damn award. Like, I have no, it's just like, I don't have to, I'm not boasting. I know I won that award. I was the best. And what's love got to do with it? It's like, come on. Like, I don't just, if you want to invalidate your process, it's skip the person. Oh, we'll make it up for them. Again, that is always why I'm always annoyed with Fellowship in the Ring. Fellowship in the Ring should have won the first one. It should have swept every daggone category. It's like, no, you know this was the best. Stop playing those games. What's love got to do with me? I don't think I'm not gonna look. I didn't watch the piano. But Holly Hunter, how many times do you see Angela Bassett and what's love got to do with it? It's you have to, hey, this is the best performance. Stop like it not because this movie is our darling this year. No, this is the movie that people will remember. And that performance and what's love got to do with it, that is so much emotion. This isn't hamming up. This is what we are going to, this is the stuff that's going to be studied in acting class. Like, this is what you have to call it. And
the ironic thing, of course, is they give the best actor, actress award winner so often to someone who's in a biopic, who is playing someone else. And it was like, here's an exception to the rule where she's great. So, she deserved that make good for Wakanda Forever because she should have gotten it way back then, but she didn't because reasons. Yeah. All right, let's see. Where will I go now? What did you say?
I was just trying to make sure where I'm going.
All right. Well, I'm going to stay with 93 for you.
All right.
And this one is for an absolute good reason. I'll explain in a second. In 1993, Tom Hanks won for Philadelphia, Best Actor. Tom Hanks is great. He's one of those like Viola Davis. He shows up in a film. He's going to be good regardless of the quality of the film. And he's really good. Tom Hanks got nominated for Big. It wasn't really the point where he needed it because he was going to keep doing more things. And I would argue that this Best Actor win propelled him to all these leading man Oscar roles and nominations to come. And he wins it for Philadelphia. Lawrence Fishburne should have won for What's Love Got to Do with It. So, because it's like a pretty basic movie. And if you want to ignore Denzel for Philadelphia, that's fine. But Lawrence Fishburne is just, it's heavily quoted and mentioned, finally remembered for his role in that film is Angela Bassett. So they both got shut out in a weird, not shut out because they were nominated, but it was just like, if I'm rolling the dice, I'm going to assume that Tom Hanks is going to get nominated for more Oscars than Lawrence Fishburne, who's excellent in this role.
I think the problem is he was too good. This is one of those weird things. He was so good, but it's like, if we nominate him for this role, we nominate him, but if he wins for this role, this is, elevating a person that's not a great person. And it's a real person. It's not some fictional person. This is a real bad dude. So we can't elevate. It's that his name gets talked about way more than we want to. So I'll give them that.
You'll excuse it. All right.
But almost like, all right, and that it's like Liam Neeson and Schindler's List. That's
yeah. All right. So what's your next one?
My next one is I'm going to go to. I got to find a year. All right. I got to go to 70s on this one.
Actress or actor?
Actor.
Okay.
All right. 77. Nope. 70. Jeez. Oh, 76.
I figured that was the one you were going to go to. Now, which one are you going to go with here? I'm curious to hear. There are two. Probably should have went outside the winner.
Okay. I'm going to go with the easy one. Sylvester Stallone for Rocky.
Hey, what are you talking about, Jace?
And not even know, if you don't know what is coming ahead, you don't know, you think Rocky's a one-off movie and it'll never be talked about again. That is a really good performance. He embodies that. It's not just he embodies the character now to us, but he's a really good actor in that movie. And that, it definitely propels him to stardom, but he is so good in that movie. It is just, that Rocky character is very, I don't know. I don't know what's come before that, but his character, Sylvester Stallone, is perfect in that role.
It was ironic though. 4 years later, Robert De Niro wins Best Actor for his performance as Raging Bull in Raging Bull. So it's like, they were like, oh, we should have given this Oscar to the guy who played a great boxer. And so Robert De Niro gets it, which ironically,
good for him, because Taxi Driver probably is like, you sure?
Yeah, it was weird. I'm going to continue on with my Tom Hanks should not have won another Oscar.
Tom Hanks,
one of my favorites, but I have another one here. In 1994, he won it for Forrest Gump. He should not have won it in 94. Instead, they could have gone with the comeback story that Hollywood was in love with, John Travolta in Pulp Fiction. I would say they should have given it to Morgan Freeman for his role as Ellis Boyd Red Redding in The Shawshank Redemption, which so many movie experts say is the greatest movie of all time. Morgan Freeman's lead character in that movie. And it's like, what are we doing? Tom Hanks got back-to-back Best Actor wins. Who is he, Meryl Streep? No. He's got more performances. I've got one that I'm going to mention that he actually should have won. But it boggles my mind because it's like, man, Morgan Freeman was awesome in Shawshank Redemption. And, he's good as Forrest Gump. to your statement of, hey, when you talk about the history of cinema, well, you're gonna remember this movie, and everybody remembers Forrest Gump. It's right up there. But Shawshank Redemption is a better movie. And Fishburne, Morgan Freeman is a really huge, major reason why that's the case.
Especially because,
exactly, Blake.
Especially in a world where, hey, if we might have to give up some lifetime achievement awards because we know these people should be in our Oscar voting because they are so good. They've given us great performances. Tom Hanks had won for, hey, he's gotten his award. We don't have to. This isn't a make good for anybody. Morgan Freeman's not in the club. Bring him in the club. I mean, I'm going to say there was some other crap that was going on.
It did win Best Picture.
Yeah.
Run, Forrest Run. Yeah.
Mark
A. Absolutely. I'm going to mention him too. If Chase doesn't beat me to it.
Let me say, like 94. If you just look at just on the actor side, you got Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, and Forrest Gump. I mean, Travolta's very good, but he was kind of, hey, that was an ensemble, and I'm gonna go
an ensemble. Yeah,
like so it's like, okay, that's, you give him the award. I mean, the nomination, but he's not the driving force of that movie. I'm gonna say who should have been, but that's a different story on a different part of that. But yeah, I think you get that to Sean. Morgan Freeman. That's a perfect one. Okay,
right, what's your next one?
My next one is going to be Ms. Diana Kruger from Inglourious Basterds.
Interesting call. Oh, we're looking at supporting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I think that was one of her best.
I just said 3. Sorry.
Okay.
For the mic bump too. It's loud. Let's see. Inglourious Basterds was 2007. Where am I with that?
All right.
What year was it?
I'm trying to see if I can pull it up.
I must have missed by that much. She was nominated, or am I just thinking she should?
I'm just going over like kind of their best performances.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah. She was solid. I just try to remember when it came out now. Satisfy my own curiosity.
I don't think that was the right
2009. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Jameless says, I've always felt that Forrest Gump, while a good movie, is overrated. Hey man, don't call your opinion humble. I'm with you. Yeah, it's a movie that I've watched more than once, but I've definitely watched Shawshank. I have that in my collection. And no nothing to Forrest Gump. It's just, I think it's probably the most quotable movie that year. And they have lots of good moments, but Shawshank is just on a totally different level. It's just,
see, you know what? I mean, I'm looking in 2009.
Yeah, right, Glory.
Who they actually? I mean, how?
Blake says, ladies up against Marissa from My Cousin Vinny, Judy Davis, Husbands and Wives, Joan Plowright, Enchanted, April, Vanessa Redgrave, Howard's End, Miranda Richardson, Damage. Which one you've gone with? I think maybe Damage. Thank you, Michael. I knew somebody was gonna help me before I found it. All right, so what were you doing?
No, I was looking at that in that 2009 category.
All right, what you got?
See Penelope Cruz wins it
for a movie I've never heard of. Oh, not Blow. Okay. Supporting actress. Let's see. 2009.
Yes.
Let's see.
Amy
Christina Barcelona. Well, my choice in you said 2000.
I mean, that 2009 is okay.
That's 2009 is Precious with Monique.
2000 actually no 2000. I'm looking at 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And it has Amy Adams from Doubt, Viola Davis from Doubt.
Wait, are you going with Best Actress or Best Supporting?
Best Actress in a Supporting Role. 2009 has got some. We're gonna have some talks on 2009. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay.
But I think should have won it should have been Taraji P. Henson from The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Oh, you're going the year ahead. So the movie came out in 2008. She got the Oscar in 2009. Yeah. Oh, Taraji absolutely should have won. She was great in that film.
Yeah.
And I saw Vicky Cristina. It was fine. But I for sure would have given it to Taraji. And actually, Tomei is better in The Wrestler than she is in My Cousin Vinny. If they were going to give her something, I would have been like, yeah, give it to her for The Wrestler.
Yeah, but I mean, she'd already won it, though. I mean, didn't she?
Yeah, for My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's not a make good because she's already won it. I mean, that's kind of me. It's like, hey, once you're already in the club, it's cool, but put somebody who's done.
No, really I'm saying she didn't need to be in the club for My Cousin Vinny. It's like a comedy. It's weird that it got to that point where she was nominated. Where it's like, okay, but yeah, it was weird. Mm-hmm. It was a weird year, just like you said. All right, so you got that. Time for my next one. Mm-hmm. To finally give Tom Hanks his best actor that he should have won. I have passed over this dude so often. And let's see, was he nominated for anything else? No, okay. So after he wins his back-to-back ones in 93 and 94, he's not nominated again until the film that he should have won it for, 1998. He's going against Ian McKellen in Gods and Monsters, Nick Nolte in Affliction, Edward Norton in American History X, and Roberto Benigni for Life is Beautiful. The role Tom Hanks was in is Saving Private Ryan. Another one that is like an institutional movie where everyone's like, oh, this is so great. This is amazing. Tom Hanks is the star of that film and he holds it together. He's not being showy, but he's awesome. He's not the cuddly, lovable Tom Hanks. He's a hard-edged dude who's a soldier. I mean, it's like, why did he not get it for here? That's the one he should have won it for.
Okay. I'm going to take a little umbrage with this one. You think he beats Ed Norton in that for real?
Norton is great too.
Yeah.
That's one of Hank's best performances and best works in one of the best movies, period. And you're right. Because it really probably depends on your mood. I think more people like to be in a happy mood, so they would watch Forrest Gump. Shawshank is I want to sit down and watch a good movie. I'm going to watch Shawshank. Yeah. Speaking of Taraji, Hidden Figures. I wouldn't disagree with that. Although I wonder if it was a tight ensemble. Mr. Fantastic Fox should have been nominated. Was it not?
That was Tom Hanks when he was it Walt Disney?
I thought he was talking about the animated Mr. Fantastic Fox.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that was mine. What's yours? I only have a couple more. Yeah, just one more.
Okay.
Yeah, one more.
There's another one. Like I said, I told you I was going to go back to that.
92? Yes.
Okay. The best supporting actor in a movie.
Actor, you said.
Actor.
Okay.
Should have been very easily.
Hold on. Let me go look at the list here so I can. Actor list. All right. Let's see. He's at 94.
Thanks, Dennis. Make sure I got the numbers right.
Look at the year the movie came out.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, like I said, I knew I was going to come back. Yeah. All right. So it's 94.
All right. Let me go down to 94 before you. Okay. I'm all set. Oh. Yep. All right. Yeah. I know which one you're going to go with.
Oh, yeah. This is an easy one, folks.
Although there's a case for another guy who didn't win, but go ahead.
All right. So what is it?
Gosh, that's something. Go ahead.
I'm trying to actually pull up the list so it pulls up to me. Okay, I'm not going to waste my time on trying to figure out. The winner of that award should have been none other than Mr. Samuel L. Jackson.
So he was going against, in that year, he was going against Chaz Palminteri in Bullets Over Broadway, Paul Scofield in Quiz Show, Gary Sinise in Forrest Gump. And if you want to talk about an actor in Forrest Gump who made a stronger case to me He could have won because he
Mhm.
had an actual character arc where it was very different as the movie played out. And then Martin Landau for Ed Wood. Samuel L. Jackson basically he had been put in serious work to become a movie star. This is the movie that made him a superstar. Now, I would say that maybe not winning it actually worked out better for him because he went on to do a ton of stuff. Should have won, but this, much like his co-star John Travolta, and I'd say probably Bruce Willis and Ving Rhames, all of them got a ton of movie roles after this, and Jackson has done a rack of films from that. So he's one of those, him and Travolta, where not winning didn't hurt their careers, and it really took them to another level. But I
It
agree, he should have won.
didn't hurt his career, but it's one of those, the fact that you have to give him a lifetime achievement award because you didn't give him the award he should have won tells you everything you need to know. Like,
Yeah.
so he was so good in that. I mean, as much as I say there's certain movies that are ensemble, but he to me had the strongest of the ensemble that made that movie so much. If you take him out, I don't think that movie has the staying power to me. I mean, because John Travolta's good. I mean, that's a good comeback role. But I think if you have anybody else play the wrong person play, I want to say Mr. I forget the name of him. But if you don't have Samuel in that role, it doesn't work.
Not going to argue with you on that one. I need to find my final one. I said I had one more. I mean, I said I was done, but I do have one more. 2022 Best Supporting Actress. Hong Chow for The Whale. Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin. Stephanie Chu for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And Jamie Lee Curtis, the winner, for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Angela Bassett should have won this. And that is absolutely one of those deals where it's like, come on. That was when I said, you know what? Maybe I don't need to keep watching this because y'all are making stupid decisions. I'm pretty sure because I was watching the show just to hear her acceptance speech. I turned it off, never to return. Because like, this is so lame. Yeah, exactly, Paul. What do you have for what is that? Sideways? Is that
Sideways and the other one that I think last year, not the replacements, the holdovers. Everybody said he was really good in that. But that Angel, Wakanda Forever was. Come on, guys.
Come on,
I don't know what I know you guys do not want to give another superhero movie any due, but did you even watch the clip that they showed at the Oscar versus Jamie Lee Curtis's
I have nothing else to give. Yeah, get out of here.
That movie, I bought that movie, and I haven't watched it other than the first time. I like the message in there, but Jamie Lee Curtis was not the driving force in that supporting role to me. Like, she was in the movie, it was cute, but she didn't.
Yeah,
she
Michelle
wasn't.
Yao. And if they were going to give it to somebody, should have been the daughter, Stephanie.
Yes.
Who, if you're going to go, this movie has to have the best supporting actress performance. It's not Jamie Lee Curtis in that movie.
She's
randomly in it.
Because who was it? That's the one like they gave. It was an Emmy nod for Don Cheadle for what was it? Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? Did you watch that show? Like, he was good, but that was like a real quick cameo. That wasn't the scene he should have got it for.
It was pretty great though. His scene was great.
It was good, but there was other options. So.
Yes. All right. Well, you have any more? Or are you ready to wrap up with your nominee?
Again, I'm still. I understand why they chose to go with the winner here, but I still make the case one of the nominees should have gotten the award, and I think. All right, let me go. Let me stop all the jibber jab. Aaron Eckhart should have won Best Supporting Actor for The Dark Knight.
Hot take.
I love Heath Ledger in that role, and But I think if circumstances did not play out as they did, Aaron Eckhart would have been the one they pushed for that award. I
I
think
really think they could have made Heath Ledger the nominee for Best Actor. He's in there just as much as Christian Bale.
yeah.
That way,
I mean,
Eckhart
you
could
don't want
have
to say
gotten the
that guy is
nomination.
the lead actor, but you could. I think if Heath Ledger does not pass, they would have said, "Yep." I mean, because this is a great performance, but we're going to get something out of him in the next movie. Aaron
Oh,
Eckhart is the best actor. He's driving that. After there was a point in the second half of that movie, he is driving that movie. I mean, every scene he's in there, he's captivating you. You when Two-Face is on, you just whoa, like what's going to happen? And Joker is very good, but
I think what they could have done is give him a nomination, but Heath Ledger is a totally different character from anything else he's done. He was acting, so there you go, and totally like a transformative figure on the big screen where it's like, what is he going to do next? He's dressed up as a nurse. He's blowing up a hospital. He's crazy and totally unhinged. If you saw A Nice Tale, if you saw 10 Things I Hate About You, anything Heath Ledger had done before then, you're like, that's Heath Ledger? He's my nominee. And Eric Eckhart is really great. I always say that. I would have put him in for Best Supporting. I would never have voted for him over Heath Ledger, but to solve that, I would just make Heath Ledger the best actor and call it a day and make it an actor suite for them. I gotta disagree with Jace. Yes, Jace, the transformation in his character. So we got a little bit of, you got some help.
Hey, the good thing is, that's one of those movies you can watch now and actually have the debate with yourself and be like, yeah, Jason's right. Oh, Jason's an idiot. He's a moron. And you're still gonna enjoy the movie. Like, that's the great thing is, like, I'm either right or wrong. You're still gonna, once you watch that movie, you're like, that was a really good use of my time.
Indeed. All right. Speaking of good waste of our time, who are your nominees for Dummies of the Week?
All right.
Or your nominee for Dummy of the Week?
My dummy of the week is anybody. There was a event that happened in Atlanta Braves game. They wanted this, when they're talking to one of the interviewers, guys joking around with, hey man, how about you get that girl? He's interviewing one of the fans there. And the guys they're pitching back to like, hey, why don't you get that girl's number? Get some more Braves fans. And, guy laughs, but then later on it's like, hey, I got the number. And he's like, good job, guys, we're getting some number. But somehow, magically, people are upset for the guy for actually saying get the girl's number. I'm like, okay, guys, this is kind of how random things actually people hook up. They actually talk to somebody and they get the number and it's a meet cute. And you remember that story how we met? Because my play-by-play announcer told me to get the number. Oh, it's a great story. But to get upset about that, oh, it's not professional. Oh, that's beneath the dignity of sports journalists. Like, seriously, enjoy it. I mean, there's enough crap going on in the world right now that somebody just getting a girl's number shouldn't make you that damn upset. And you should just get over it. It's like, hey, I'm enjoying this. It makes me laugh. And if the girl doesn't like it, she won't accept a call. Like, come on, get over yourself, man. So everybody upset with that is my dummy of the week.
Just reading the quick. That was not a moronic take. Just wrong. Exactly, Michael Solis. Mine is the incessant, we have got to fill this blank space of nothingness between now and the NFL draft, where these idiotic, asinine, just annoying Niners make a surprising pick thanks to Bears trade in this mock draft. I'm like, stop it. You don't know what's going to happen. Experts don't know who's going to get drafted. If so, DraftKings would go out of business because everybody would bet on the people who are going to get selected. We don't know what's going to happen. I hate these mock drafts, and they put out something every day. Can we just get to the draft? Please. It's still another week away, and that Thursday cannot get here fast enough for me.
Well, I mean, I heard something equally fun. Is somebody said, hey, how about the Niners trade Brock Purdy for TJ Watt?
Anything else you're going to say at that point was stupid. I can't stand this time of year for football. It's the absolute worst.
I mean,
So, yeah.
You can definitely tell who drives the teams that drive the national conversation in the draft because they come up with the most idiotic scenarios for this team. Hey,
Please
how about they mortgage their franchise for this one guy who can't throw the ball to himself? Look, it's a great trade, right? Oh, anybody can play quarterback for the Niners and get him to the Super Bowl. Just look at Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, did you look at Jimmy Garoppolo's stats the whole season or just what you saw in one game?
Just look at Josh Johnson.
Oh, and all the other quarterbacks. Yeah, like it's fun like being a Broncos fan. We have no expectation. We just know, hey, get a running back, get a receiver, get a tight end. Not, hey, Bo Nix was good, but what about Shedeur Sanders? How about they trade Bo Nix and get Shedeur Sanders? Like, I think it's a winner. Like, we don't have to deal with that stupidity. It's like, yeah, okay, just like whatever. Exactly.
Thank you, Rick Cage. Appreciate you. I just want to know where Coach Prime Kid players go. We'll find out, Michael Solis. All right. Well, fellas, thank y'all for watching. Bro, thank you for tuning in. We got to check on Chief. Make sure he didn't fall asleep on us for ghosting us tonight. We'll have to deride him big time. Maybe he's watching Daredevil Born Again. We'll see. All right. Michael Solis, Rick Cage, David Thanos, Jamelin Parks, Blake Tarpley, Snow Glare, Snake Eyes, King Collector, Rick Cage, Mark A, Blake, Justin, the movie guy, David Thanos. Did I miss anybody? I think I caught everybody now. I think. Big Rib, Devin B.
Yep.
Now I think I've got everybody. All right. So thank you all. Gee, why exactly? Absolutely. Thank you, Mark, for tuning in. I'll be back on tomorrow. Hopefully, the allergies fought off properly for another edition of Loud's Figure Files. And that's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about, including the ever shrinking pre-order window. Are you there in 5 seconds? If not, you might be short. Anyway, we'll be back here next week. And I think we can start talking about our watch along once we holler at Chief. Make sure he's still conscious. You conscious. All right. So for Jace, for me, for everybody else out there, thank you so much for watching. This episode of Lyle's Movie Files has been filed.